Gamer Mom. While I'm trying to figure out my technical difficulties with the Witcher 3 series, with my editing program, etc. For episodes 3, 4, and 5, I've decided to do this live stream of another game in the meantime. So this is GreedFall, which came out last year. I did a quick kind of run through to give myself an idea of the game before I thought to play it through with you guys watching. So I hope you do enjoy. So I decided to go with easy level here because, to be perfectly honest, I tried playing normal, and maybe it's just my lack of skills, but I wanted to throw the remote directly at my TV screen when I was playing normal level.
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Now, to be perfectly honest, the first time I played this, I thought that mark there was, like, beard. So I was like, why is it not going away even though I'm playing a woman? What? Anyway. How do I want to look? That's good enough. Yeah, let's go with that hairstyle. Eyebrows. Fine. Skin color. A little less green. That's pretty close to my natural shade. And when playing this, why not customize it to at least try to look like you? Okay, so that's going to be my avatar. The advantage with this one I find is that you can't overly customize your avatar, because sometimes you can really like spend an hour just trying to finalize details. I think everybody knows this in RPGs. So, you know, it's nice to be able to just go through that without having to put too much work into it. So, to be perfectly honest, I'm always far more comfortable playing magic characters, or characters with magic powers, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's see, how many points do I have? 1. Lovely. Let's see, what am I going to start off with? Okay, so we have strength, which probably seems to help with fighting. Agility, which probably helps with movement, etc. obviously. Mental power increases the power of all spells. That could be interesting. Actually, we're required to wear the best rings, and the rings here are what focalize and, or rather, focus the powers. Increases maximum HP and spell duration. That's certainly interesting. Accuracy, probably for firearms. Endurance. Okay. I'm gonna go with mental power, seeing as I am a magician. Seems the most logical. Talents. Oh boy, how many? 1 again. Okay. Okay, so we have charisma, which obviously helps to influence people. Vigor lets you pass through certain difficult passages that require balance. Okay. Increases the maximum ammo capacity and lets you slightly recover HP in magic outside combat. Well, that's interesting. Craftsmanship, to be able to make things. Intuition. Unlock contextual dialogue options. That's interesting. Lockpicking. Let you pick simple locks. Science. What do I want? I like the idea of intuition. She's a smart girl. Alright. There we go. Do you want to create this character? Yeah, let's go for it.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lady, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We have nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry. I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Teleme and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name.
Okay.
I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lady. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir, truly. I must be going.
My lady, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Her Highness? Okay, so obviously our character is a royal character, or close to the royals at least. And I do think that this whole portrait thing obviously is a very clever way to kind of allow you to customize your character right off the bat. It allows you to contextualize a little bit. Now, graphics-wise, I do find that the level is not as high as I thought it would be, but obviously this game was not made by a huge studio, a smaller studio. But, you know, the level of graphics
And so the day has finally come. My royal
reminds me of
fledglings are leaving.
Mass Effect 3.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as you'll go.
Enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
I have to assign it, alright. I'm gonna do that. Ow. Bird, you're not supposed to be so mean. Ouch.
What a green blood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
I was so close. Okay.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does. And I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
Show him how happy you are that he's coming along, or complain about being shadowed by a bodyguard. I want to be a nice
On the
royal.
contrary,
I know
I am
that's an
thrilled that
oxymoron a
both
little
you and
bit,
Sir de
but-
Corsillon are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Don't tell me the old school teacher is competing against me. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I've no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for a celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
I must admit the combat, sorry, I'm thinking about two things at once. The mechanics are interesting, especially like the whole fury thing. I like the animation that goes into it. Pretty basic, I guess, in general, but it's
What is this?
something to handle.
Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child. Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition. Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about. Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill. Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure. Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to... I know. But it brings me comfort to know my daughter has left on a mission to heal her people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here. Take this with you. What is it? A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Not a pretty sight. But the whole setting, the environment does remind me quite a bit of Three Musketeers, especially that hat with the BBC, the latest BBC series that they did, which is really quite excellent. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. But it is, you know, very reminiscent of that. So we're talking about maybe France, maybe circa 1700s. That's certainly the feeling, the vibe I'm getting from this.
It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You were right. Maybe he is already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier located?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Okay, add to the team. This whole game mechanic as well is very reminiscent of...
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it is certainly worthy of inspection.
What was I talking about? Oh yes, so it is very reminiscent as well of Mass Effect, having to add, you know, another character into your team, you know, your squad, or however you want to call it. So that really reminds me of Mass Effect as well. To be perfectly honest, there are a lot of elements and how the game works and all that. Oh.
Come here, my beauty.
Interesting. That really evoked Mass Effect for me. Obviously, not the same period, not the same environment, but just the way that the game works in general reminds me of that. Let's see here. Ooh, goodies. Goodies are always fun. Okay. Let's do this. And we're going downstairs. This looks so goofy to me. The running downhill animation just tuk, 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 tuk. And tuk, 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 tuk. You know, not everything can be perfect in a game, no matter how much you go over it. But I just find it really hilarious whenever I see my character running down some stairs. Tuk, 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 tuk. Okay. Ooh. Again. Come on. Just die already. Come on.
Things are
Well, that's not a very powerful hammer, whatever it is. Okay. Let's see. I did see a glowy thing right there. And there was a third person who was fighting. Oh, there you are. Okay. Now I'm lost. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, we do have something right around the corner, so let's go there. The one thing that I really don't like, though, that is different from Mass Effect, that's more reminiscent to me of Fallout, is the fact that I don't have a map that I can watch in the bottom corner. I just have this, like, whirring circle thing up at the top of the screen that can show me, you know, if I turn in the right direction, vaguely where something is. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a straight line to go there.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tir Freddy on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that, but I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Honestly, this ambassador just reminds me of Cardinal Richelieu so badly.
Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminis and the more political orders. The Lord Luminis has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other,
extremists,
more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
Okay.
What is your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints: that heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
Of course. You have to, think like us. You can't think like anyone else. You can't have friends that aren't the people that we like. Typical religious fanaticism.
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Matthias, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith.
Willingly or not.
Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
Again, by crook or by hook.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Okay, I think that's enough.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Alright, so we've got a little bit of background at least on this. We have something over here. We seem to. And yeah, this is what I mean by what I find confusing. You just have, okay, well it's in that general direction. Oh, there we go. So I don't have to go through 5 walls.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is taking office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
Okay, spit it out,
You
dude.
seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of her allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Well, I think we're gonna know more or less what
I need to be going.
the answers
Goodbye,
are for the
Excellency.
others. But,
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
So I find it interesting, you know, the fact that Ptolemy does come off as kind of either British or French colonialist, very hell-bent, no pun intended, on converting people, converting local natives, and that the Bridge Alliance is, I guess, supposed to be reminiscent of the Ottoman Empire, I think was active during the 1700s. So you have just two diametrically opposed schools of beliefs that we can see in this game. One very religious. Such a pleasure to see you again. It's the first time I've come to see you, dude. Calm down. The two very opposing and conflicting schools of thought, religion and theology, philosophy / religion, are very well represented here. Oop, what's going on?
Citizens, I present to you...
Oh, that must be the charlatan.
Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said,
Snake
it is
oil
known that
salesman.
those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
The speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Interesting thought. These just like bodies just laying there. Eek. Streets are very dirty.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Placebo effect.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now. I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Oh, his card is very Assassin's Creed. Reminds me of Ezio. Dead crow. That's not indicative of anything. What was I gonna say? That's again very...
To my help! And death to the others! Come here, you beast. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
That's a little bit odd that this place is supposed to be locked up, and yet... Ooh, stop jumping. Very evocative of, 16th, 17th century. From innkeeper to the servant. Upstairs, okay. So, I guess we're supposed to go back and see the charlatan. What's going on over here? Dead end. Ooh. That's a little disappointing. I thought there would be some better stuff there, but alright. This looks like a place, yes, I can climb.
The merchant is there.
To my help!
Oh,
And
crap.
death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Ah! Ooh, level 2. Always fun. Oh, what's in the barrel? Okay. So, Kurt very not subtly reminding me, you have a mission to do, dear. Go back over there. Oh, yay, skill point. Let's see. Stagnation, what's this? Yeah, what's this? Ooh, magic healing. Okay, I'm gonna go this way then. I think I got better gear. Ooh, that's pretty. I love the color on you, dear. Okay. What about you? Can you? Oh, not even. Okay, well, I guess I'll sell that off when I can. Alright.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I am gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, look,
Not really brave, but
you don't
yeah.
have the right.
Damn it.
You don't have
He
the
got
right.
away. He can't have gone far.
Find him, before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Looks like a tavern here. Those are mugs. Alright, let's see then. Something golden over here. Oops. Sorry, dude, I took your drinking money. Alright. Ooh, it's over here. Ooh, somebody else is drinking money. Probably not downstairs. Rooms are usually upstairs in places like this. over here, I wonder? This kitchen. Wonderful. Okay. Oh. Keys. Yes. It's always good to explore a bit. And things like this, especially at the beginning. Oh, crap. I can't lock the Yeah, that color is, wow. Salt on the eyes. Ah, hello dear. Did you miss me? Sorry, learn. Peace you were hoping for in Serene. I guess we're in Serene right now, I think.
You again?
Oh yeah, that's
What
right.
are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that's found you. Have you seen the mob that's gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he's the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set up a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred.
This broadcast brought to you by Rockstar XD Thermo. Sorry about the gulp. Okay, so he disagreed with torturing and killing patients, test subjects.
Are you not ashamed
noble.
to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you are hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, my lady?
If we arrest him, we have to bring him to Sahin, who's probably going to do not so nice things to him. I guess we can help him leave this city.
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that's pretty true. Okay. It's a fair point, my dear sir, it's a fair point. So now that I have the keys, I feel
The servant's door. The lock's double bolted.
Guess we can get in here.
The key to the tavern.
Oh, wonderful. That's good stuff.
Let's go and find the alchemist. We need to get him out of here as fast as we can.
Yep. Not 100% okay with escorting him out of the city because he's kind of committed crimes too, but fortunately it's the lesser of two evils. And in the back of my head I do have Geralt of Rivia with that sexy Henry Cavill voice going, lesser evil, greater evil. There is no difference.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
Yes. I need to get you out of here. I have unlocked the service entrance. You will be able to sneak out of there discreetly.
Without being skinned alive by the mob?
You need to remain prudent. I will escort you to your cart.
I follow you.
Let's sneak out the back.
I hope we don't run into any unhappy patients.
Funny that you call them patients. They're actually test subjects, but okay. But I find that, you know, well, in games like this, especially with the whole political thing, there's always like a moral gray area, I find. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Doctor. Can't go through there because it's the N, so where are we supposed to go? Oh, over here. X marks the spot.
And we have no choice but to go this way?
Let's go this way. Yoo-hoo, what you doing? Oh, which way are we supposed to go? Hang on. Oh, you're supposed to... No, we're not gonna go that way. No, we don't have a choice to go that way. Because if we... That's like a long way out of our way. Okay.
Oh, lady, mercy.
To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Oh, it doesn't seem like a very rich nation, or it's a very capitalistic nation. The rich are rich, the poor are poor.
You want me dead? Is that it?
Okay, I guess we're going the other way then. Guess we're gonna have to go up and around. Not much choice.
More angry customers. I should have stayed at the tavern. I was safe.
Where do you see angry customers?
They've seen me. Protect me.
To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey. You're running out of energy.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Oops. I misread the map. Up over here, I guess. Can we even do that? It's a long way around, but at least we're not seen by the angry mob.
Where are you headed? Don't abandon me. You're going to take me. We need to find my cart.
Okay, I guess you're not giving me much choice in the matter.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene.
The whole X thing. This Malachor, from what I can tell, is a plague-like malady. So I guess it does make sense that
My cart,
they
finally.
bar the doors
I owe you
after
my
someone
life.
dies.
How can I ever thank you?
Just do us the favor of never coming back. And stop this deceitful commerce.
Have no worries about that. I'm not going to forget this lesson anytime soon.
Move along now. Get out of here while there's still time.
Would you accept this as a token of my gratitude? Farewell, my lady.
Oh, nice. I get some coin. Ooh. Toss a coin to your witcher. Sorry, I'm not gonna sing. I know I'm not
Your
a good singer.
Excellency.
Lady de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally.
Let's just say that I put an end to his matters turned out a little more complicated.
Oh, let's
He
cover the
managed to
escape.
slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going.
Nice.
Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye,
Paid twice.
Lady de Sade.
And level 3. Awesome. So, I'm gonna repeat myself so often about this, but there is a whole thing about reputation with allies and with friends. I guess I can kind of demonstrate that
Greenblood.
here too.
Do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And these memories I hold dear. You've always been extraordinary, Greenblood. But I had to watch over you. You were my responsibility. That didn't leave us much time for friendship.
What about now?
Now, I hope that we'll have more time. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Okay, I guess I can't demonstrate it right now. But you do have reputation and influence like many BioWare games, Dragon Age, and as I said before, Mass Effect, that you do have, well, more reminiscent of Mass Effect, I would say, because there's also the allies and all that you have to gain friendships with, or antagonize, depending on what you'd like to do.
What might?
Shush. You know, so your every action or reaction or whatever does weigh in the balance of, okay, what reputation do you have with your allies, with the different factions, with your friends, and it can either close off some story options or open up story options. So, alright. Do I have enough money for this? I do. Do I want to make this purchase right now? Or do I want some better armor? Okay, that's a little bit disappointing. think I'm gonna buy the ring. Alright.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Oh wait, I did have some. Oh, another skill point, I forgot. Ooh. I guess I can check if they have a keep. I forgot.
You'll find all you... What have you?
Okay. Oops, obviously. He doesn't sell capes. I'm offended.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
I wanted to have a cape fly behind me. Okay, so what else did we have to do? Negotiate with vendor. That's correct. I'm gonna go just around the corner. Getting close. Oh, there he is.
Good day, my lady. How
Oh.
might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the
You can
guard.
start by putting on
There's
some
been a
powder.
misunderstanding, madam.
Use concealer
Of
or
course
something.
we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've
You
already
look
had
like
a
a
word
zombie,
with your
dude.
master at arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just an agent, and I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these
Just
thieves
following
agree to
orders.
reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately.
Convenient
Do know,
excuse
in the
most
future,
times.
we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You were demanding a second payment, but refused to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness.
Me
You
too.
understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you were dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lady de Sardet, niece of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion and theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That's a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise without delay, unless you'd rather your master is hung, and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lady. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
How do we get there? Oh. And hop 2. Now this is what I mean by, okay, you know, you see that it's in that general direction, but it's not a straight line. You're beelining your whole way through. I find that quite annoying, not being able to see the streets and all that, and having to pull up the frickin' map every time I want to see where I'm going.
Lady de Sardet, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes. We were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 3D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise in contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
But you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Alright. You know, they always start off seemingly such simple missions, and yet there's always like a second, third, fourth, fifth act. That's how these things go. And I'm completely going in the wrong direction. Bravo, Catherine. Okay.
You'll find all you need in our selection, whatever you need.
Ooh, goodies. Oop. What in the frick is going on over there? Woo, that's a little bug there. But at least it let me see that there is something over here. Wow, that was very shiny. Oh, port quarter.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that
Jack
properly.
Sparrow.
That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's niece. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Oh, sorry.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Interesting facial tattoos.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Really, really fascinating facial tattoos.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean?
Oh, I just asked this. Oops. Who are his
This
close
Jonas,
friends?
does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin, by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Teofredi?
It is a
have a different perspective.
Place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
Okay.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates, after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Teofredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are going to have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is going to have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
And of course you discuss that very openly and blatantly in front of
Have you seen anyone
captain,
wandering about?
okay.
Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Thélème has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Oh, you sneaky little fox.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Why do I anticipate like a pissing match between Kurt and Vasco? It's either going to be wary respect or they're going to be like, no, I'm the bigger captain. I've got the bigger boat. Ship. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop this here. I think it's not too bad for a first broadcast. As I said, I mean, this is my first time doing this, so I hope you guys at least enjoyed some of it. And who knows, I might broadcast more of this weekend or maybe even tomorrow night. So, see you all later. Oop, shiny. I do that. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I like to do double saves. Oh, what is this? Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. The reason why I do a double save is to, just in case that there's a corrupted save, at least have some backup somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. So thank you for those who are watching. As I said, I'm probably going to live broadcast again, likely in the next 24 hours. We'll see how my son feels about that. If he wants to wake up from his nap early or not. Or I'll be broadcasting this weekend. So, see you then. Okay. Why can I not stop broadcasting?